Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today I'm part of a challenge from Heat Transfer Warehouse. They sent several of their affiliates the same set of products and challenged us all to see what we could create. And this is going to be a really fun challenge. If you want to see what everyone else made, make sure that you're following Heat Transfer Warehouse over on social media. They're on Instagram. You can find them on Twitter. You can find them on TikTok. You can find them at their website, heattransferwarehouse.com. and as well as Facebook. So they will be showing all of the different variations of what we made. But let me show you what they sent us because this is a real challenge. So I'm pretty excited about what I came up with. But first of all, this is the shirt that they sent us. So it is a tie-dye shirt. You can get this on their website as well as all of the products. I will link everything in the description below. But this is the t-shirt they sent. My very first thought was we could do the bleach method on this, but I think I'm going to do something else. So stay tuned to see what I came up with. So we have to use this shirt, and then they sent us 3 different types of iron-on, and our challenge was to use at least one of each type. So the first type they sent us is called Deco Film Soft Metallics. So they sent me these. I have a purple, a green, a red, and this sort of teal blue. So I have to use at least one of these. And then they sent us 4 rolls of the Walla Cut Express iron-on. So I have 3 fluorescents and a white. So the pink, the orange, the yellow, and a white. So this is the Walla Cut Express vinyl iron-on. So the last one, I have to use one of these. So these are the Caesar Sparkle iron-on. So I don't know if you can see those, but those are more of a metallic. So I've got a pink and a silver to choose from. So I got to use one of these metallics, one of these fluorescents, and one of these foils. So without further ado, let's get started, and I'm going to show you my version of what to make with all of these different vinyls. Make sure that you check out Heat Transfer Warehouse. They have a huge variety of pattern vinyls, Caesar, they've got your adhesive vinyls, they've got it all. They've got the transfer tape, everything you need, as well as the wallet heat presses and other heat presses. I love working with Heat Transfer Warehouse. I love their customer service. I love how supportive they are, and they have amazing equipment. I've got a new piece of equipment from them I'm going to be showing you later this, well, probably later this month. We will get to that soon, so stay tuned for that. But let's get started on this challenge. Okay, first things first, what are we gonna do with this t-shirt? Before I even get to the design, I thought I am going to step out of the box and we are going to transform this t-shirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn it upside down so the neck is facing me right here. And here we go. We've got scissors. We are going to go about right here. And I am going to cut a simple round-ish slot out of it. And I'm going to cut around, trying to keep this even on both sides if it's possible. It's not perfect, but doesn't need to be. All right, so we've got that, right? Where are we going with this, Lorrie? What are you doing? All right, we're cutting sleeves off. All right, so what do we got here? All right, looks like I need to cut maybe a little bit more off of this side. This does not by any means need to be exact. All right, that looks a little more even. All right, so now I'm gonna flip it back over and let's see. Maybe this much. All right, so I have a line here. I've got about that much left. let's see, I'm just gonna grab my quilting ruler and I'm just gonna place it just about there. I'm gonna go about right here. And we are just going to, first of all, we're gonna cut this edge. Then we're gonna cut maybe 1-inch strips-ish. Does not have to be perfect again. All right. What? Do you know what we're doing yet? All right, so we've got the top, we cut the neck out, made it a little bit bigger, we cut the sleeves off, and now we've cut all this fringe on here. So now what we're gonna do is tie this fringe together, and you wanna make sure that these are knotted fairly well. So we're gonna do 2 knots in each one. I'm just tying the front to the back. All right, so we've got the bottom all tied. Are you still confused what it is? Hang on. Have you figured it out? It's a tote bag. How cute is this? This is a hobo bag. So this is going to be perfect. You could use it for the beach. You could use it for books. You could use it for the grocery. Whatever you need to tote around, you can throw it in to this really cute tie-dyed hobo pouch. So let's add some heat transfer warehouse vinyl to this, some iron-on, and let's step it up a notch. I use my Cricut to cut out each of my design pieces. I use the Cricut Everyday Iron-On setting for the fluorescent iron-on vinyl. I use the Cricut glitter settings for the sparkle vinyl, and I use the Cricut foil iron-on settings for the soft metallic. So it was very, very easy. I just created my design. If you want a link to the specific design I used, I will link that in the description below the video. It was a design from Design Bundles, and I just thought it was really cute. Always going to cut your material pretty side down on the mat, and then you want to weed it. So I've cut out all of the iron-on with the Cricut. So let's apply it to our new Hobo t-shirt bag. Let me flip the camera around. All right, so this is what we've got. So here's our bag, and this is the layer that needs to go on first. This is the biggest layer. It's on the bottom. The one thing you want to keep in mind is the most delicate, in my opinion, type of iron-on is your foil. So I'm going to apply that layer last. So it really doesn't matter what order I apply the rest of them. The glitter is probably the hardiest vinyl, so it can take the most heat. But these are going to take a regular, they're all going to take pretty much the same except for the foil. So I'm really not worried about the order that I put them in, other than I need it to make sense. So I'm going to put this one down first, and then we're going to tack this one down because that fits right inside, and that'll kind of help me gauge where it goes. And then we'll put this one down, and then last we'll put our foil stars on. So I'm going to move all of these over to the heat press area, but before I do that, I just want to make sure and get this first layer pretty much centered. Now this is a hobo bag. It's not going to be, does not have to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So I am an eyeball kind of girl. If you want to measure, you can measure absolutely. Make sure you've got the same amount on both sides, however you want that top to be. But I am good with just eyeballing. I do want it to try to be straight, but eyeballing is just fine for me. So once I've got that in place, let's go up to the heat press and we will begin applying. So I preheated my heat press. This is a craft heat press. You can also get this at Heat Transfer Warehouse to 305. We're up at about 307, so it's up for a little bit, and it's set on 15 seconds. However, when you are layering multiple layers of iron-on, you're not going to use that full 15-second timer, at least not right off the bat. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my shirt, and again, I've got this already lined up on here, and I am going to place this so that it is fully on the platen, just like so. I'm going to grab a Teflon sheet. Now, if you don't have a Teflon sheet, you can use some parchment paper or something. I've even pressed it without it, but it is a good idea to go ahead and cover it up. And we're just going to put it down so that it has a nice firm pressure. It doesn't have to be where it hurts your arm to close your heat press. And we're just going to let that go for about, I don't know, 3 to 5 seconds. It doesn't need much. It's just enough to tack it down. So I'm going to lift it up. And with that, we can go ahead and remove the transfer paper. And you can see our, well, let me lift it up. You can see our image is on there. So I'm going to take the next layer and line that up. That fits right inside. And again, I haven't changed the heat settings or anything. Just going to cover that up. And again, we're just going to tack it for a few seconds. You're not going to do the full 15 seconds each time because that will overcook all of the prior layers. So we've got it just a few seconds. We're going to make sure that that is connected. And it is. Go ahead and remove that transfer paper. Now we're going to take our next layer and we're going to place that. So it's super easy to layer your vinyl. So again, just a few seconds. Remove it, remove our transfer paper. All right, so I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. So we could stop right here. This is really cute. We've used our fluorescent and we've used our glitter, which was right there in the middle. So super, super cute. But we need to add that foil. Remember, my challenge, I have to use foil too. And I told you foil is the most delicate of all of them. So I want to put that last because I don't want to burn it. The other thing about foil is it is a cool peel, which means you want to let your fabric, your design cool down completely before you peel that last layer off. So if I were to put the foil on first and then do a hot peel something over it, when I pull it up, it's going to make that foil wrinkle up. So we don't want that to happen. So I've got my foil. I'm going to put that on where it belongs. Just like so. And again, we're going to cover this up. So that is stuck down well. Now this time, foil takes about 7 to 8 seconds. Doesn't take a long time in total. So I'm going to go ahead and give it its full press. We've pressed those other layers several times. I had that at 15 seconds. So I'm going to let this go down to about 6.5. There we go. That should be enough. Now, don't peel that foil until it's completely cool or you'll end up with a really wrinkly looking foil. If you want it to stay nice and smooth, you want this to cool down completely before removing that transfer tape. So you see the foil on there? I've still got the transfer tape on there. I want to wait till this is completely cool to the touch before I try to peel that. So it's cooled down now. It doesn't take too long if you take it off of the press. So I'm going to peel this and I want you to see how smooth that foil is. So your foil should come off nice and smooth. It shouldn't be textured or wrinkly. So this is our Hobo bag using the fluorescent vinyl, the soft metallics vinyl, and the sparkle vinyl. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this challenge. I think it's a lot of fun. Don't forget to check out Heat Transfer Warehouse to see what all the other creators created with their shirt and the same set of vinyl products. Thanks so much for watching, and there's links to everything in the description below the video. See you guys next time. Never stop making. Bye-bye.